Hello, in this video we will see how to import a landscape height map in the Unreal Engine, install the PANORAmake plugin and assign a new PANORAmake material to the newly created landscape. Now we currently have a scene with only the lighting. You will now import the landscape from the height map. You can find it in the video description. Go into the landscape mode in the Import from File tab and select your height map. If you're using the height map from the description, be sure to set its resolution to 1024 by 1024. I will move it higher so we can see it better through the fog. Now that our landscape is set, we need to enable virtual texture support to greatly improve the landscape material's performance. Go into Edit, Project Settings, and search for Virtual Texture. Check the first option and restart your project. Your project will recompile shaders when restarting. Wait until it's done. We can now, if not already done, install the plugin. You can find it on the Unreal Marketplace or on ArtStation. First off, we will install the ArtStation version. When downloaded, extract the version that suits your engine's version. For me, it's 5.1. Copy the PANORAmake folder inside your engine's plugin directory. The plugin is now installed. If you bought the plugin from the Unreal Marketplace, you just have to go to the Library tab and search PANORAmake in your vault. Click Install to Engine and select your Unreal version. Once done, the plugin will be installed. You can now relaunch your project. Now that we relaunched our project, we will need to enable PANORAmake. To do so, go into Edit and then Plugins. Search for PANORAmake, toggle it, and restart your project. You should now see a new button up there with the PANORAmake logo. Click it. The builder interface can take a bit of time to show up. It's normal. When opened, snap it to the left or right of your interface for optimal usability. Select your landscape below. A new window will open, allowing you to choose the name of the instance and its mode. It's recommended to use the single mode for most cases, so that's what we're going with. Wait for the instance to be created and set. As indicated by the message, we will need to create and assign a layer info. To do that, go into Landscape mode in the Paint tab. Right-click the Biome 1 layer at the bottom of the list, then click the plus button and select Weight Blended Layer and create it somewhere. When done, you can right-click it and select Fill if it hasn't been automatically set. In our case, it's set automatically. To finish our setup, we need to assign a virtual texture to our landscape and its instance. This is not mandatory, but highly recommended for better performance. To do that, you need to add 2 runtime virtual texture volumes in your scene. I'll just add one and then duplicate it later. Now, we will need to create a new virtual texture for this first volume. The first volume will be used for the displayed material, here I name it color, and the second volume will be used for height, which can be used in other materials for blending meshes into the landscape. Double-clicking the texture will open its settings, and it's recommended to increase the size of the color texture for better quality. Then we have to set the bounds align actor to be our landscape either by selecting it or picking it. Click Set Bounds when done. I'll rename the volumes to know which is which, and then duplicate it to get our second volume for the height. Now we just need to create the second virtual texture and set it as world height. Once again, double-click it and change virtual texture content to world height. And the final thing to do, enabling our landscape to draw into our newly made virtual textures. Click it and search for Draw In, and in the Draw In Virtual Textures area, add both of our newly made textures. If you are using World Partition, do it with the main landscape and all of its proxies selected. Now we just need to enable the virtual texture caching on our PANORAmake instance and choose our color texture. Go into the global settings by clicking the button with the gear icon and enable virtual texture caching. Click the thumbnail and select the color virtual texture, and you're done. Your landscape is now set up cached with virtual textures for optimal performance and ready to use with PANORAmake.